Hi everybody, thanks for joining me in the den today. We're having a heck of a day and there may be a little bit of wind noise on camera, so my apologies if that occurs. I'm going to be comparing today the executive shaving Outlaw Standard against the Outlaw mild version. Now, I've been using the standard Outlaw for a few days. I've had 3 or 4 shaves with it. It is an aggressive razor. It is described as a 1 or 2 pass razor. That certainly is the case for me. Now, I intended to have a shave with the mild version, and I set out to do that yesterday. But I had such an odd shave that I thought I'd come back today. I've only got a day's growth on me, and actually compare the two a little more closely. We'll talk about that more as we're going along. I've got the same blade, well, not the same blade, the same type of blade in each razor. I've got a brand new Dorco Prime in each razor. So there we are. There is the wrapper. Perhaps you like to see such things. Today I'm going to be using a Murphy & McNeil shaving soap, and it is Claddagh, or it could be pronounced Claddagh. So we'll get this on. It is a very soft shaving soap, which surprised me when I took some of the sample and put it in my bowl. It lathers up beautifully. And it is an homage to Creed's Silver Mountain Water. So it smells very nice indeed. It has top notes of bergamot and mandarin, mid notes of green tea and, trying to remember now, blackcurrant, and base notes of musk and sandalwood. Now, I know a lot of soaps have bergamot and mandarin in their top notes, so it seems very familiar when I first put my nose, in the jar. Now, there we are. So I started yesterday's shave using the mild razor, and I found that I couldn't tell the difference between the mild version and my memory of using the standard version. I'm going to start with the standard today. Not only that, but the mild version seemed to have more blade feel and was a little more uncomfortable than I remembered using the standard version a few days earlier. So this is a very nice blade in this razor. The blade gap on this is 0.72 and the blade gap on the mild version is 0.52. So there really is not very much between them. I find on the standard that it is very intuitive, it's very easy to get the right position to shave with. There is some blade feel, of course, because it's quite an aggressive razor with a 0.72 blade gap. I don't really notice the blade feel on my cheeks. But coming into my top lip and around this area, that is when I most notice it. I'm finding it to be a very effective shave, but it is comfortable to use. Now, as I say, there is a little bit of blade feel, but it's not excessive. And in fact, that was pretty nice, to be honest with you. That was good. So now I've put a razor rock stainless steel handle on the mild head. So we're looking at a similar weight. This one has the rounded base so it won't stand up. But let's go with the first pass then. Now, I don't find that quite as smooth. Until I'm riding right back on the cap, so it could be that the slight difference in blade gap meant that I just got the wrong angle yesterday, but I'm not sure about that. There's definitely a little more blade feel with the mild version that I've got. It feels a little rougher. I nicked myself there as well. Do you know, I am definitely not finding this as comfortable as the standard. I feel there's quite a marked difference. There definitely is more blade feel. And I particularly noticed up there, I felt like I nearly caught myself there. Just got a bit there, it looks like I've just scuffed the skin. So there we are, that's the first pass with the standard and the mild. I feel that the standard is a marginally better shave. In terms of hair reduction, maybe you would expect that because it has a bigger blade gap, but Yeah, that side was definitely less comfortable. So we'll try a second pass. And I'll go against the grain with this one and we'll see how that feels. My experience yesterday and my shave so far today, I would say that the mild version is not really a mild razor. And if you are looking for a mild razor and you have really sensitive skin, maybe this one isn't for you. You know, if you like a really mild razor and 3 passes, maybe you should think about not getting this one, which is, oh God, I've got soap everywhere, which is a strange thing to say, but it doesn't feel that great at the moment. So I'm going to use the mild one and we'll go against the grain. And again, what I'm getting is a lot of blade feel, and it feels like the blade is catching the hair . Let me just do the other side the same. Now that feels a little bit sore there, I must say. Let's have a little bit, I've lost a bit of soap on my collar. There we go. I tell you what, this standard is way smoother. There's a little bit of that feeling where the hair catches on the blade, but only just as I came around my jawline there, just there. But on the mild one, it was happening all through here, and in fact that feels quite sore there, and you can see it's caught me there. That looks quite bad under there. It's probably not, but it feels bad. Now, this side was really smooth, so let's see. Now, there's definitely a lot of blade feel for me on this one. I feel the only way to make that more comfortable is to sit right back on the cap. Now, I definitely have not had such a good shave on just here on this side. Seem to have just not quite got, I've had a good shave, you know, but there's a little bit of hair there and there's not any there. So other than that, well, they kind of feel quite even, but my neck is sore here. And I would just say that when it says on the website that these are a 1 or 2 pass razor, they are not kidding. Now, you might have skin like a rhino hide. I haven't. And what I did yesterday was I missed a bit there and a bit there. And I just thought, oh, I'll just do a touch up and get that, and just went 1, 2, 3, and I'll tell you what, I had razor burn for about an hour just where I did those 3 strokes. So for me, they are definitely 2 pass razors. I wonder if I could get clean shaven with 1 pass with this. I bet you could, but it'd have to be against the grain. It's just a thought. Let me take that off the windowsill. So there is my side-by-side comparison. I'll put some aftershave on in a moment, but just to sum up, I think the standard is a more effective shave. I think it is more comfortable and a smoother razor to use, and I think there's less blade feel than the mild version. Out of the 2, I prefer the standard. I really don't think there's, in terms of mildness, I can't feel that there's any difference between the 2. The difference between them must be quite marginal. In my opinion, that's only my opinion. It doesn't count for much, I know. So I think I will write to Brian from Executive Shaving and ask his advice, and then come back to you. I think that is the best thing I can do here. If you have both razors, I'd love to know your opinion. I would love to know your opinion. I'd love to know if you think this is a great mild razor or not, and you know, whether you find there is a difference between the 2. Now, I'm definitely going to have a bit of burn on this side. I have to be very careful with the standard razor. It is, I do like using it, but it's a little more aggressive than I usually like. Now I've been using Sterling Mountain Man. It is the same scent as Murphy and McNeil's Claddagh. It is an homage to Creed's Silver Mountain Water. I think that was what I said earlier. I'm also going to put on, just to help my skin a little bit of moisturising balm. I know I've got too much out there. I don't normally use the two together, but I really want some there. I must say, when I use the Outlaw, I really feel like I've scraped a little bit of skin off. That's, you know, a little bit of burn with the product. Certainly a very, very close shave. As I say, I have been enjoying that standard version. It's just that the mild version has thrown me out slightly. I was expecting something very different from the standard, and I don't think it is. There we are, that is my shave. I hope you're well, have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Monday for a Sterling Monday and the announcement of the giveaway winners. So until then, be well. Bye bye now.